Hi friends, my name is Brittany Campbell and I'm coming at you from my back patio. And I worked on staff with student ministries for several years, and every once in a while they let me come back and play. So I'm here today to share with you a quick devotion about patience. I think with everything going on in the world with COVID-19, we are all required to have quite a bit of patience right now. There are a lot of things that you might be waiting for, whether you're waiting for your favorite restaurant to open, waiting to spend time with your friends again, or waiting for a loved one to get better. There are a lot of things in our lives that are requiring patience. I think many of us are spending more time with our families than we're used to. You're probably around your siblings more than you're used to if you have siblings, and that's probably requiring more patience. So my hope is really to just give you a couple of tools to help you practice patience and find some peace in a time of a lot of waiting. So the passage that we're going to be looking at today is one of my favorites. If you've been around CF students for a while, you've probably heard me talk about this verse. It is Philippians 4 verse 6. And it says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, make your requests known to God." So this verse, it's just one verse, it's one sentence, but I think it is so rich with instruction for us. So to start out, it says, do not be anxious about anything. That's hard. And I want to point out that is not where it stops. It says, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, make your requests known to God. So a lot of times when there are unknowns and we have things that we're worried about or we have things that we're waiting for, we can get anxious. And what I love about this verse is it's God inviting us to prayer. When he's telling us to not be anxious, he doesn't stop there. He says, but pray, but in everything by prayer. So when you find yourself feeling concerned or worried about things that are unknown, I just want you to know that you're invited to pray about those things. You're not in it alone. You're invited to pray. And one of my favorite verses about prayer is Psalm 40 verse 1. And it says, "I waited patiently for the Lord. He inclined to hear me and heard my cry." I love this because of the imagery. So it's really interesting here, the imagery that we see of God's body language. Have you ever been listening to a friend tell a story, or maybe one of your parents tell a story, and it's very interesting? You can tell they're getting to some interesting point. And so you sit up because you're anticipating, you're waiting to hear, what are they going to say? What is the big reveal of this story? That's what is meant by this word inclined. It says he inclined. Right now I'm inclined talking to y'all. I'm in a rocking chair, but I'm sitting up in it. I'm inclined because I'm attentive to sharing this devotional with you. If I was reclined, I'd just be chilling, rocking on my back patio. But no, I'm inclined. And I love this imagery. It says the Lord he inclined to me and he heard my cry. And so I want to encourage you today that if you're waiting for something and you're starting to feel worry, to pray. Because guess what? God is inclined and he is listening. He is hearing your cries. So that's the first thing. To practice patience, I want to encourage you to pray. Whatever you find yourself being impatient about, pray. Pray about that thing. Pray about that circumstance. Because God is inclined and he is hearing those cries. He hears the cries of his people. The next thing that we see in this verse is that we are to pray with thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving is so much more than a day in November. We know that. Thanksgiving is powerful. And the thing that I think is so powerful about Thanksgiving is it reorients us to the truth. It reminds us, oh yeah, I have a lot to be thankful for. And I don't just mean that you have a lot to be thankful for of your circumstances or what you have. I mean, we have a lot to be thankful for in who God is and his character. Because sometimes we can get really caught up in our circumstances, and oftentimes that's what we're being impatient about, right? Is our circumstances. But when we take a moment to be thankful for the cross, thankful for the resurrection power of Jesus Christ, it totally will remind us of who we are and who we belong to, and it will bring peace. So I want to invite y'all, let's play the thankful game in the comments today. I want y'all to put in the comments, what are you thankful for? What attribute of God are you thankful for today? Thank y'all so much for letting me come and talk with you. Practice prayer, practice Thanksgiving, and it will help you be patient. We're in this together. You're not alone. Bye, y'all.